ready. I'll put on mute.
You're live.
We're live. Very good. Well, good morning and welcome to the first meeting of the Sports Wagering Application Review Commission of 2023. The main business for today's meeting is to review diversity plans that were submitted by mobile sports wagering licensees pursuant to requirements in the addendum to our mobile sports wagering license applications. I'm happy to report that all of our initial mobile licensees submitted their diversity plans within the allotted 30 days after a license award. Staff reviewed the plans to ensure they were responsive to the plan requirements in the application addendum, and then offered the licensees an opportunity to update or amend their submissions for this meeting, which most did. As a reminder, the license application addendum called for each licensee to agree to the following. First, the applicant affirms that it will make a good faith effort to meet the diversity objectives outlined in its diversity plan, and that any changes to the applicant's plan must be approved by the Maryland Lottery and Gaming Control Commission, MLGCC. Second, the applicant agrees to report diversity metrics to the extent available in the form and frequency required by the MLGCC, and to provide any other information the commission considers appropriate regarding ownership, investment, management, employment, and contracting opportunities by diverse participants and groups. And third, the applicant agrees that its diversity plan and the information reported above may be made available to the public. The lottery staff has advised us that it's developing a form and that all licensees will use it to report their diversity metrics on an annual basis. Lottery will provide the licensees with additional guidance about this process in the near future. The proposed agenda and materials for today's meeting were distributed in advance, so our first item of business is a motion to approve the agenda. Do I have such a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Is there any discussion thereof? Very good. All in favor of approving the agenda, signify please by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. So the motion carries. All right, so our first agenda item is I've asked Lottery Executive Mr. James Butler to briefly present each licensee's diversity plan for commission discussion and consideration for approval. James.
Good morning and welcome back. Happy New Year, commissioners. In preparation for our discussion of the diversity plans, I'll be giving you a brief overview of the mobile sports wagering awardees that were awarded licenses by SPR on November 16th, 2022. Most of the awardees have gone live with their operational sports books. 3 of the awardees will have their mobile sports book operational sometime in the next month. So we're going to start off with the first awardee. That's Arundel Amusement, doing business as Bingo World. Their sportsbook operator is Bet Rivers. This licensee is a licensed bingo hall located in Brooklyn Park, Anne Arundel County, and has been in business for over 35 years, offering traditional bingo and electronic instant bingo machines. The sportsbook became operational on March 23rd, 2022, with its operator, Bet Rivers. The licensee reports that over 50% of its management team and 60% of its employees are members of the minority community. And in 2021, it approved a minority investor who also serves as a sports wagering business consultant for the licensee. The licensee submitted a diversity plan consisting of a cover letter and 3 additional pages. Mr. Chairman, I present to you Arundel Amusement for your consideration of their diversity plan.
Very good. May I have a motion to determine that Arundel Amusements, Inc., DBA Bingo World, their diversity plan is in compliance with the requirements detailed in Section B of the Sports Wagering Application Addendum.
So moved.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion? Anybody objecting? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? The motion is approved unanimously.
Next, we'll move to BetMGM Maryland Sports LLC. BetMGM Sportsbook is the sportsbook there. This licensee is not a traditional brick and mortar location, but it is affiliated with MGM National Harbor, a licensed casino located in Oxon Hill, Prince George's County. The licensee and operator are one and the same under this brand, and the sportsbook became operational on March 23rd. The licensee approved 2 minority investors who purchased an equity share in BetMGM Maryland Sports. The licensee is also partnered with the Tom Joyner Foundation to ensure greater visibility and opportunities for employment with the licensee through an HBCU collaboration. The licensee submitted its diversity plan consisting of a cover letter and 13 additional pages. Mr. Chairman, I present to you BetMGM for your discussion and consideration.
Very good. May I have a motion to determine that the BetMGM Maryland Sports LLC diversity plan is in compliance with the requirements detailed in Section B of the Sports Wagering Application Addendum?
So moved.
Thank you. A second?
Second.
The discussion. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously.
Next, we have Crown Maryland Online Gaming LLC with its sportsbook operator, DraftKings. This licensee does not have a brick and mortar location. The licensee and operator are all rolled into one under this sportsbook brand, which became operational on November 23rd. The licensee reports through self-identification statistics that 26.3% of its employee workforce identified as Black, Indigenous, and people of color, and that 24% identified as female. Excuse me. In addition, the licensee approved 2 African Americans as minority investors who purchased an equity interest in Crown Maryland Online Gaming LLC. This licensee submitted a diversity plan consisting of a cover letter and 9 additional pages. Mr. Chairman, I present to you Crown Maryland Online Gaming for your discussion and consideration.
Thank you. May I have a motion to determine that Crown Maryland Online Gaming LLC, DBA DraftKings, their diversity plan is in compliance with the requirements detailed in Section B of the Sports Wagering Application Addendum?
Move for approval.
Thank you, Laura.
Second.
We want the reading to be made public before January.
Mr. Chairman, you have a motion that has been moved and seconded.
I couldn't hear the second. Thank you. All right.
Second.
All in favor? Signify by saying
Aye.
Aye.
opposed. That motion passes unanimously. Yeah. Next, Jim.
Next, we have CZR Maryland Mobile Opportunity LLC with its sportsbook operation, Caesar Sportsbook. This licensee and its mobile operator are part of the Caesar Entertainment portfolio of companies and is affiliated with Horseshoe Casino Baltimore, a licensed casino in downtown Baltimore City. As noted, the licensee and operator are all rolled into one under the Caesar Sportsbook umbrella. And this sportsbook became operational also on November 23rd. The licensee approved an African-American female investor who purchased an equity interest in the licensee. The licensee has made diversity, equity, and inclusion commitments for 2025 of having 50% of its leadership roles to be held by women and 50% of its leadership roles to be held by people of color. The licensee submitted a diversity plan consisting of a cover page and 9 additional pages. Mr. Chairman, I present to you CZR Maryland Mobile Opportunities LLC for your review and consideration.
Thank you. Looking for a motion to determine that the CZR Maryland Mobile Opportunity LLC diversity plan is in compliance with the requirements detailed in Section B of the Sports Wagering Application Addendum.
Motion
So
made.
moved.
I have a motion and a second.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes unanimously.
Well, no.
Somebody may have to mute. There's a little feedback. The next applicant, awardee here is Greenmount OTB LLC and its sportsbook operator Parks Interactive. This licensee is a licensed off-track betting facility with a bar and restaurant located in Hampstead, Carroll County. Although this mobile sports book is not yet operational, this licensee is partnered with an operator, Parks Interactive Maryland, in this business venture. The licensee submitted a diversity plan, which includes operator goals and objectives that are interwoven with its operator, consisting of a cover page and 21 additional pages. Mr. Chairman, I present to you Greenmount OTB LLC for your review and consideration.
Thank you. Chair is looking for a motion to determine that the Greenmount OTB LLC diversity plan is in compliance with the requirements detailed in Section B of the Sports Wagering Application Addendum.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? That motion passes unanimously. Next.
Next, we have Long Shots LLC and its sportsbook operator, Betfred. This licensee is a licensed off-track betting facility with a bar and restaurant located in Frederick County. Although this mobile sports book is not yet operational, it is partnered with an operator, Betfred, in its business venture. The licensee is a state of Maryland certified woman-owned MBE that not only is looking to stand up this mobile sports book, she is pursuing 2 brick and mortar sports wagering facility locations in the western part of the state, one in Frederick and the other in Hagerstown. The licensee submitted a diversity plan consisting of 3 pages. Mr. Chairman, I present to you Long Shots LLC for your review and consideration.
Very good. Chair is looking for a motion to determine that the Long Shots LLC diversity plan is in compliance with the requirements detailed in Section B of the Sports Wagering Application Addendum.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Motion is duly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes unanimously. Mr. Butler.
Next, we have Maryland Stadium Sub LLC and its sportsbook operator, Fanatics. This licensee does not have a brick and mortar location, but is affiliated with the Washington Commanders football team located in Landover, Prince George's County. Although this mobile sports book is not yet operational, it is partnered with the operator in this business venture. The licensee has also partnered with a Maryland-based MBE with gaming experience as an advisor and consultant to its facility and mobile sports book. As part of its DEI commitment, the licensee through the Washington Commanders reports that it has built one of the most diverse and seasoned executive leadership teams in sports, with the hiring of the first Black team president in NFL history, the 3rd Latino head coach in the NFL, and the 6th Black general manager in the NFL, and the first female full-time Black assistant coach in the league. This licensee submitted a diversity plan consisting of a cover letter and 10 additional pages. Mr. Chairman, I present to you for consideration Maryland Stadium Sub LLC. Thank you.
Thank you. Very good. The chair is looking for a motion to determine that the Maryland Stadium Sub LLC diversity plan is in compliance with the requirements detailed in Section B of the Sports Wagering Application Addendum. May I have such a motion?
So moved.
Thank you. A second.
Second.
All right, the motion is duly moved and seconded. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes unanimously. Next.
Next, we have Penn Maryland OSB LLC and its sportsbook operator, Barstool. This licensee does not have a brick and mortar location, but is affiliated with Hollywood Casino Perryville, a licensed casino located in Perryville, Cecil County. As with most of these sportsbook, the licensee and operator are all rolled into one under the Barstool Sportsbook brand, which also became operational on November 23rd. The licensee approved a female minority investor that is a certified MBE, DBE, SBE in Maryland, and who will receive an indirect ownership interest in Penn Maryland OSB LLC. The licensee also partnered with Bowie State University in establishing a STEM scholarship program and reports that it has increased women in leadership positions throughout the company, 35% female on the corporate senior management team and 37.5% female on the executive team. The licensee submitted a diversity plan consisting of a cover letter and 6 additional pages. Mr. Chairman, I present to you Penn Maryland OSB LLC for your review and consideration.
Very good. Thank you. Chair is looking for a motion to determine that the Penn Maryland OSB LLC diversity plan is in compliance with the requirements detailed in Section B of the Sports Wagering Application Addendum.
So moved.
Second.
Duly moved and seconded in discussion. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes unanimously. Next.
Next, we have PPE Maryland Mobile LLC and its sportsbook operator, FanDuel. The licensee does not have a brick and mortar location, but is affiliated with Live Casino and Hotel, a licensed casino located in Hanover, Anne Arundel County. The licensee operates its mobile sportsbook under the FanDuel brand, which became operational on November 23rd. The licensee established a mobile sports betting equity purchase plan in which management level employees at Cordish Gaming and Live Properties are given the opportunity to invest in the licensee. The licensee reports that 55 women and minorities now own 5.59% of the licensee. The licensee submitted a diversity plan consisting of a cover page and 4 additional pages. Mr. Chairman, I present to you PPE Maryland Mobile LLC for your review and consideration.
Thank you, James. The chair is looking for a motion to determine that the PPE Maryland Mobile LLC diversity plan is in compliance with the requirements detailed in Section B of the Sports Wagering Application Addendum. May I have
So
such a-
moved.
Thank you, Laura. Second.
Second.
Motion is duly made and seconded. Discussion. Hearing none. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. And last, Mr. Butler.
Last but not least, Riverboat on the Potomac LLC and its sportsbook operator PointsBet. This licensee is a licensed off-track betting facility with a bar and restaurant located in Colonial Beach, Virginia, which is on the banks of the Potomac River in Charles County. The licensee's mobile sports book became operational on November 23rd with its operator, PointsBet, which it has the same business relationship with its facility sportsbook license. This licensee's ownership team is comprised solely 100% of minorities, African Americans, Indian immigrants, and minority business enterprise. Licensee submitted a diversity plan consisting of 5 pages. Mr. Chairman, I present to you Riverboat on the Potomac LLC for your review and consideration.
Very good. The chair is looking for a motion to determine that the Riverboat on the Potomac LLC diversity plan is in compliance with the requirements detailed in Section B of the Sports Wagering Application Addendum. May I have such a motion?
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Motion's duly made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Opposed? And that motion passes unanimously. So, that concludes the substantive business today. I would simply editorialize.
I do have one question before we go on,
Oh, okay.
just for information purpose. I saw that one of the companies, I can't remember, I think it was Penn National, it has an affiliation with Bowie, right?
That's correct.
But what I was curious, when the original legislation came out, they talked about having some relationship with with, the HBCUs.
That's
Right.
correct. That there's separate provision dealing with Morgan State University and Bowie State University. But
So
that's
how-
separate. That's separate and apart.
Okay, so they are connected. I haven't figured out how the connection is taking place with Bowie and Coppin and.
Aren't they funding something there?
Right. They're funding with Penn. It's funding a STEM scholarship program specifically.
At Bowie.
Bowie. Correct.
Right,
Now,
but I'm trying to,
Right.
Okay.
You're talking about what was in legislation dealing with Bowie and Morgan establishing, I think they were centers. Is that correct, Kim?
Yeah, I think that's correct. Yes.
so what's happened with that? Is anything happened?
I don't know. George, do you have any update on that by chance?
I don't know offhand, but I can look into that and get back to the commission.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is the question, is it part of their diversity plan or is it?
Well, it's, I just don't want to come back and say, well, what happened to Coppin and Morgan and this whole sports betting, if, somewhere down the line.
And I think each institution was supposed to be establishing a center for sports book operations or something like that. So we can get back with you, Commissioner Turner, and let you know the status of that.
Okay, thank you.
Fair enough. Any other discussion? I did not mean to run this meeting as a railroad, but because I think there was an awful lot of substance reported to us today. And I'm grateful to James for doing it in a very effective way. It's been a long couple of years to get to this point, and I think I think we've got some real substance in those plans, and now it'll be on us to monitor that the execution matches the plan. So I think today's meeting was a substantive meeting.
We've got another action item, don't we?
Yes.
There's another action item.
Yes, this is the motion to approve the diversity plans.
I see. Well, then may I have such a motion to determine? I thought we had to do them individually, but now we have
Yes,
one.
this is the motion to approve the diversity plans to allow them to be put on the website so the plans can be made public.
Thank you. Yeah, I messed up my draft here. Yeah. So may I have a motion by SWORC to approve that these plans be posted on our website?
So moved.
In a second.
Second.
All right. Any discussion? I think that's a very important step on our part. Any discussion? All right. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good.
And Mr. Chairman, I can tell you that SWORC has received the next round of diversity plans from Bally's, Wynn, and Longshot Hagerstown. So I'll set those for the February 15th meeting for
Very
your
good.
review and consideration.
All right. Well, then that then leads us to agenda item 4, next steps. The lottery staff and SWORC's consultants are continuing to review the remaining 9 mobile sports wagering license applications and 5 Class B sports wagering facility license applications that were timely submitted. And staff will advise us as the Lottery Commission acts on these applicants' qualifications. As they're qualified by lottery and reviewed by SWORC's consultants, they'll be presented to SWORC for our consideration. So with that, I don't see a need for us to go into a closed session today unless someone else on the commission feels otherwise. All right, then our next SWORC meeting is planned again to be a virtual meeting. It's currently scheduled for February 15th, 2023 at 9 a.m. So please mark your calendars accordingly. And with that, then do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Laura. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Very good. The motion carries. Thanks, everyone. That concludes